How goes it, everyone? Michael Chase here, and in case you didn't know, the easyCreditBBL is making its return to NLSE for the 2024-2025 season. So I'm here personally to tell you everything you need to know ahead of the start of this German-based basketball league. So first, let's take a look back at last season. Bayern Munich took home the trophy last year as the #1 seed, their 6th in their team's history. But you also got to think about the runner-up in that game, Alba Berlin, who last year lost in 4 games to Bayern Munich despite a pretty strong season. That also marked the 3rd consecutive year we've had a different BBL champion in the league overall. And then we got to sprinkle in some of the new blood in town in Rostavecta, who after being promoted from the Pro A League last year, finished top 6 in the BBL league. So you had certainly the old guard that held strong, but some new blood certainly making their way up the ranks. Now when it comes to players to watch, let's talk about some familiar faces that were new to the BBL last season. Trayvon Williams is one. You're talking about the guy that led the BBL in rebounding last year and now is going to take his talents to Alba Berlin. We'll see if the sophomore season can live up to the rookie season hype. Also, you have one of the more intriguing prospects entering the league this year in Hunter Maldonado, who is a point guard at 6'7", my goodness, that is going to be joining Ludwigsburg for this coming year. We'll have to see how that team is going to utilize his versatility and overall skill set. And I cannot mention players to watch without mentioning the reigning finals MVP of the BBL, and that is Carson Edwards, the elite scoring guard who can make shots from anywhere at any angle. We'll have to see how he returned to Bayern Munich and if he can keep them overall a favorite in this year's easyCreditBBL season. Now when it comes to team to watch, it would behoove me not to start with the team led by Carson Edwards, Bayern Munich, who comes in once again as this year's favorite to win the BBL title. That doesn't mean that they weren't very active during the offseason, adding the likes of Shabazz Napier, Oscar da Silva, and re-signing Nick Wheeler-Babb to get some tremendous contributions from their backcourt they hope this coming year, while adding Oscar da Silva to their wing position. Obviously, for a team like Alba Berlin that finished as runner-ups last year, they're probably feeling pretty good about their chance as well to win, being that the BBL has had a new champion each of the last 3 years. Let's not forget as well, they have coming off a pretty dominant stretch, being a team that's coming off a three-peat just a couple years ago. So we'll have to see if this Chicago Bulls style run can get reignited this coming year. Now obviously, we can't count out teams like Oldenburg and Niner Chemnitz, who were both certainly significant playoff contributors last year, as well as some dark horses like Hamburg and Ludwigsburg that could be coming for the crown this season. Not to mention the fact you have Telekom Basketball, who's been a pretty consistent power in the BBL that was quite active during the offseason as well. But you also have to watch out for Rostavecta. They're a team that made waves in their promotion last year, and now they're going to be coming for a lot more this season, especially with the additions of some notable names from the NCAA ranks you might know of, like Tiger Campbell of the famous UCLA Bruins. Now, holdovers from the league last season aren't the only ones making off-season additions. You have newcomers Weisenfels and Wurzburg who are going to be joining the league from the Pro A League that they were promoted from this past offseason, and they certainly made some very significant moves to give themselves the best chance to have a very good first year this year. For a team like Wurzburg, they had maybe the most significant signing in Jevon Jackson, who was a guy that was 4th in the league in scoring as well as 2nd in steals in the BBL last season. Talk about a major addition for a new club trying to make big waves this coming year. Weisenfels made a sneaky good signing, adding shooter Spencer Reeves from Rostavecta last season to join their backcourt ranks. Now in terms of coverage to watch all these teams play, regular season action begins this Saturday at 2 p.m. with Bayern Munich taking on Niner Chemnitz. The second matchup to round out our regular season coverage to start the year features Heidelberg taking on Oldenburg at 12:30 Eastern p.m. this Sunday. And with all that said, it's set up to be another very exciting season to start our international basketball coverage. From new players joining the BBL this year, to seeing if we're going to get a 4th straight new champion in the league. So make sure you follow us on our social medias at NLSE TV, and stay tuned for all of our coverage on NLSE Airways, as we are the exclusive home for the easyCreditBBL.